Okay, hello all YouTube viewers. This is distracting. This will be the start of a series of videos, if I can keep up. Because basically I feel like I did a little research, and I know there is this one girl, Sean. Shout out to Sean for your diaries. She is basically vlogging, I guess you can say, her law school experience. But I'm pretty sure the first video that I watched of hers, she was in her second year. Okay, so I'm going to try to, and although I've went past where I'm going to start, because I'm just now thinking about this, I am going to try to just stay with it so that you can kind of get an idea of the experience the entire time. Because it is really stressful, and my cousin, shout out to Shantae, she reminded me of this today. I was just talking to her on the phone, and just, she had questions and, just feelings, overwhelming feelings about, like, writing the essay and just things in general. So, I thought nobody out there helped, well, I'm not going to say that. Nobody out there had a video that was like, oh, so they went through that too, or one person that everybody could, like, reach out to. You kind of had to know your own contacts. And I did. I had a lot of people I knew people from law school that had just finished. I knew people, like my dad knew people that he helped me get in contact with. I had, just a few people that I could call and ask about it. And I actually had a professor at my alma mater that was going through school. It was her last year when I was talking to her as a part-time student, mind you, because she was a professor. So anyway, no one to really, like, blog and tell their complete experience, the feelings, just everything. So I thought that I would do this. So we'll see if this helps, and if you have questions, you can write them in the comments, or you can send me an email. So first, I'm going to start with preparing the first year that I really had to deal with it. And I am a 1L, but I do not start for another 2 weeks. So at least you'll get my, like, orientation experience, first day and all that. So if you don't know by now, LSAC, LSAC.org is a website that you will use to apply to law school. And let me tell you, GMAT, SAT, ACT, whatever, all these places wish they had something like LSAT, because LSAT is awesome. It was my best friend after I realized that it wasn't as complicated as I was making it. So what LSAC does is it's like the central place for students that are applying. The applications, they make it so simple because they do autofill a lot for a lot of them. You get your teachers to send your letter of recommendations directly to LSAC, and LSAC will send them out to all the schools that you say you're applying to. And all you have to do, I think you have to pay like a fee to not subscribe, but get an account with LSAC. It's not that much, and trust me, I do not have money. And that's another thing that, I really needed, because money does not buy happiness, but it sure does make a lot of things easier. So if I had money, a lot of my decisions, a lot of stuff would have been easier, and I wouldn't have had to sit there and waste the time thinking about it if I had someone, it was just, how that goes. So anyway, you pay to get an account with LSAC, and then once you get an account, the next time you'll pay is like you can pay for your LSAT test via LSAC, and you'll also pay for your law school. So you don't go to each law school individually. You just pay to apply through LSAC, and it'll combine it all at once, and you can put all the schools in your card, or you can do certain ones at a time. Either way. But anyway, it's a really good. So if you haven't gotten an account with LSAC yet, make sure you get one, because it's a really good website to use, and you kind of don't have a choice, really. So with applying, I don't even know where to start because there's so much to go over. But really, and let me just burst a few bubbles real quick, just in case anybody out there is like the very basic. So I have a bachelor's in criminal justice, a bachelor's in Spanish. Yes. So neither one of those are political science or English or, pre-law, whatever everybody is telling you. And a master's in public administration. Did I need the master's? No. Did it probably help me and look good on my applications? Probably. Would I get it if I had to pay for it just to be looking good on applications? No. And by pay for it, I mean I was a graduate assistant, so my master's was paid for. So you don't have to be a political science major, English, any of that other stuff. I want to say, people say it looks good and all that. It may look good because, they look at like your grades versus the like the curricula that, they assume. They don't, actually go look at syllabi and go to your school and all that stuff. But, let's say, for instance, you were a dance major and you have a 4.0. Well, freaking no duh. Because, really? But if you were a chemistry major and you have a 3.0, you still might be in the same running with that dance major just because the difficulty of your studies, of your subject. So, and some law schools, I know this because some law schools do mention stuff like that. Like when they do like the FAQs about, accepting, how do you accept, and how do you look at this, and how do you look at that. But for English, it helps for vocabulary, it helps grammatically, just to talk in general better. That's good. But you learn a whole new style of writing in law school. It's not like writing an English paper. And you will develop vocabulary, the vocabulary that you need in law school also, I feel like. And then political science, I feel like that just helps you with like logic. You might want to take some logic courses for the LSAT if you're going to be in school. Might as well. Because the LSAT kicked my butt. That's another point. I'm not stupid by any means or slow at catching on to things, but some of them, and I'm really good at logic and puzzles and figuring stuff out like that, but some of those LSAT questions, it's not that they're hard, is what I figured out. It's not that they're hard, because when I was doing my studying, for the LSAT, I was getting them right, but it was taking me too long to get them right. And it's all about coming up with strategies to help you figure out, the process of elimination, which one is better and blah, 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 blah. So I'll make that another video just because this is kind of already starting to run long. But I'm going to just kind of wrap this up with this is my experience. If you know someone or have another experience, feel free to say something in the comments or, help me out here and there. But this is just kind of how, because I love to give back, and not a lot of people have people that they know that they can go to, especially someone, because you always, hear about the privilege. Well, my dad's a lawyer, because I met a lot of people like that at like some of our get-togethers. My whole family's lawyers, and I'm like, okay. So, I mean, not knocking against that, but just for the added help for someone to go to who wasn't able, because I'm not going full-time, I'm going part-time, who wasn't able to, just pay for an LSAT course and, $2,000 for somebody to help me get my score up, and who wasn't able to just go get all kinds of scholarships or really ace the LSAT. I mean, this is just kind of like my way of helping someone else with what I went through, because it sucks, especially if you have no one to talk to. So I just kind of felt like I could, at least give that out, especially while I'm going through it, so that you can get like the actual emotions and like more in detail, because you remember more. Like if I would remember more, like if this was my first day, I could come back and tell you on a video. So anyway, this is the first video, and there will be more. I'll try to do maybe like one a day, so that I can kind of catch you up to now, because my orientation is in 2 weeks. So we'll see how this goes. Thanks for watching.